Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with Clement Lenglet, as Barcelona fear that the out-of-favor defender will continue to wait for Tottenham transfer, which looks impossible. We are going to discuss on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Marcos Alonso, as manager Xavi is seriously considering selling the player if a good offer comes in. We are also going to discuss more on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are highly welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona continue to work valiantly in the transfer market with hopes of making strong recruitments and so disposing the French players that Xavi does not require in his squad. One of the players on the exit ramp is Clement Lenglet, as Barca pushes to complete the player's departure, which will save the club a great deal financially. The goal was to transfer him to Al Nassr, with the Saudi Arabian outfit even offering him a 12 million euro per year contract. However, according to a recent report from Sport, Lenglet has ruled out the Saudi route, and his refusal to join the Middle East up until now has obliged the club to look for other options. Lenglet's uncompromising stance leads Barcelona to fear that the Frenchman prioritizes his return to Tottenham after already spending a year on loan there, and so he's prepared to wait for them to come calling. The issue for Barca is that the English club does not consider paying Lenglet 15 million euros asking price. Indeed, Tottenham would not be willing to pay anything in transfer fee for the defender, while almost nearly meeting his current wages. It would leave Barca with no revenue from his sale, although they would be getting rid of his salary. It is likely that the operation will not be ruled out until the last days of the market if this approach is ultimately considered and Barca is pressed for time. Unlike Sergio Dest, whom Barca are also trying to sell relentlessly, Lenglet's wages eat up a lot of the Catalans' finances. So making savings through the Frenchman's salary reduction will enable the club to register any new possible signings with the likes of Joao Cancelo, Ivan Fresneda, and Joao Felix regularly linked. Lenglet has turned down the option of playing in Saudi Arabia, a move that could have benefited Barcelona a lot. And so it remains to be seen how things work out in the coming days. Of course, Lenglet have been taking Barca back and forth, and I think it's really frustrating. Um, Ever since about 2 months ago, when reports were already coming out saying that Barca are into negotiations with Tottenham Hotspur for the transfer of the player, negotiations came to a position where nothing was going again because Barca were asking for 15 million euros, but Tottenham has said no, they don't have 15 million euros to pay for Lenglet. Tottenham offered but 5 million euros in transfer fees, but Barca refused that. And up to today, as we speak, Tottenham have never added to that 5 million euros that they have made, which means that they don't even care. Even if Barca don't accept, they will still move on, right? But as it stands right now, Barcelona are really desperate to sell Lenglet because very soon the summer window comes to a close, and they don't want to leave out-of-favor players to remain under Xavi's tutelage, whereas the manager does not count on them one bit. So for Lenglet's case, it is really very frustrating because last week there were also a lot of reports talking about Saudi Arabian side Al Nassr showing interest in the player and offering the 15 million euros that Barca have been asking. But we know that at the end of the day, the player has the final voice. If he wants to play there, he must accept. If he doesn't accept, there was nothing we can do because he has a contract. Al Nassr came with a 15 million that they were willing to pay and also give him a 12 million euro per year. But still yet, it still shocked me that Lenglet still not willing to go there, which means that he is really determined not to play for Saudi Arabia anytime soon. as he wants to continue European football despite the huge packages that they are offering him from the Saudi Arabian side. I think very few players would take such decisions, isn't it? So Barcelona are still looking as to where Lenglet will play his football next season. Barca are in a haste to do so because they know this season Lenglet's salary have risen up to 16 million euros according to his contract, and Barca know that it will be so difficult for them to keep on paying him, and of course, selling him to any other club now will be a good thing. So for the Tottenham move, even as though some reports are saying that it is completely ruled out, but this report is saying that Tottenham are still keen on Lenglet, and the player is preferring to. The player's desire is to go back to Tottenham, where he spent his loan season last time out there. But the question is, will Tottenham up their offer to match Barcelona's demands? For that, I very much doubt. So I don't know if, as the season or as the summer comes to a close, Barca will try to reduce that demand because, from the look of things, Lenglet won't leave the club's roster as far as that price of 15 million still remains. But let's just see how it goes. Less than 2 weeks to go for the transfer window to come to a close. Barcelona are in such a dilemma. We have also players like Sergio Des, who has been linked, but there have been a lot of clubs that doesn't show interest in the player. So the earlier we can get rid of some of these out of favor stars, the better for the club. Then on to the next story of discussion. Marcos Alonso has been at Barca for just 1 year, but is already starring an uncertain future. The Spanish left back arrived at the club last summer, signing as a free agent when his contract came to an end at Chelsea. The veteran enjoyed the fate of Xavi last season, playing 37 times across all competitions, scoring 3 goals. However, according to The Athletic, they are saying that Barca would happily let go of Alonso if a good offer comes along for the 32-year-old. Alonso had a pretty poor preseason this time around and is yet to be registered with La Liga following his contract renewal last year. One of the reasons behind this his registration being delayed was that the former Chelsea man had the highest wages among those that were not registered heading into the new season. Now, though why the club are confident that his registration can be completed without problems, they would be open to his sale if a good offer comes along. The report further adds that Xavi does not have full confidence in Alonso to provide cover for Bale at left back, which is another reason why Barca are pushing to sign Cancelo, who can play on both sides. When asked about Alonso's future, Xavi said, "I can say the same thing, like I've said with Ansu before, that everyone is that the transfer market is still up until the 31st of this month, and so anything can happen." So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.